Do you know what I bought right after I finished playing The Last of Us?
Crash Bandicoot?
Yes, exactly that. How did you know?
I remember you saying you were a Crash Bandicoot fan and took a wild guess. You played all three back in the day, right?
Yeah, I did.
But, wait, I thought your brother didn't let you play video games.
No, he didn't. He hated sharing anything with me. When I got home from school, I had like a couple of hours before he'd get home. He'd normally stay and play football with his friends. So, being home alone, I would just play Crash Bandicoot and replay it again and again. And he bought all three, so I played them all, replayed them all. And even though 3 was the better game, 2 was by far my favourite. So much fun. And even after completing them all, I still wanted to beat my high score and find all the gems. Those were the only games I 100% completed.
But wait, couldn't your brother find out that you were playing Crash through the saved data on his memory card?
That's why I bought one and had it hidden, just so he won't find out.
So you never got caught?
No, I did. He was so pissed. He even wrecked my memory card. I was so angry. I cried my eyes out, and I started hitting him really hard. My mum even had to separate us. I think that's when he saw me in a different light. And he was never mean to me again. I don't think he realised how important video games were to me during that time. Because, I mean, think about it. You spend hours, days, weeks, months even, playing a game, and then all that memory gone. Just like that.
I wish you had told me that story sooner.
Me too. Do you know what's weird about nostalgia? Before I played the Crash games, I remember watching my brother. He never knew, of course, but I was there, behind the couch, peeking. The first game he bought for PlayStation 1 was Tomb Raider. And I couldn't believe what I was watching. He'd spend hours trying to figure out how to solve each puzzle. And I was there, hating that I couldn't be sat next to him, but also admiring him from a distance. I thought he was the best at playing video games, and I would never be the same. But then, a decade later, there I was, in the same living room playing the remake. I was in awe of the imagery. They even redone the music, but kept the main theme. So hauntingly beautiful, it transported me back. I was finally able to play Tomb Raider 1. And I was just as good as my brother.
He must have been terrible then.
Still better than you. It's kind of an achievement for me. Now it's been another decade, and in some ways, I kind of miss the remake more than the original.
You've become nostalgic about nostalgia. Those moments always seem more fulfilling after they're gone.
So, not so fulfilling then.
Last time I spoke to you, I'd just finished The Last of Us.
Yeah, you finished it. All by yourself.
You are still mad that I played it without you.
You were living abroad, I get it. You had to keep yourself company. It's also been 3 years.
But you're still hurt about it, clearly. Can you just tell me one thing? Are you hurt because I played it without you or because of what I said?
To be honest, neither. It's about what happened afterwards. I was young, I was so into gaming at the time. I mean, we got together because of it.
You're not into gaming anymore?
Not for the past 3 years, no. Not after what happened. I also moved abroad for a little while. Met new people, new friends. I finally had a social life.
Elaine.
I moved on. I grew up. I had a couple of things after you two. I mean, nothing serious. And then, last week...
You came across right square.
I just happened to be walked by and saw it was closing. Permanently. I went in and Newell was still there. He almost cried when he saw me. I could tell the shop meant a lot to him, but of course, he had to shut it down. Couldn't keep it open, not with everything going digital now. So I decided I would buy one last game as a sort of farewell. But as I walked down the aisle, I saw The Last of Us. I was scared to play it. The fact that you played it back then without me made me so mad. And then we had our fight, our biggest fight, and then... But I had to play it. I had to see what all the fuss was about.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, not really.
I didn't mean
Don't.
to.
This isn't a game, Jake. We didn't get to load to a saving point in our life. Pretend it's all good again.
Then why am I here?
Because! We didn't have much in common, but we love gaming. We were together for 4 years and it was great. My mum hated that I played so much, but my dad wasn't around, as you know. Nowadays, it's completely different. But 7 years ago, gaming was still seen as child's play. We bonded over that. And then for the past 3 years, I had to move on without you. I stopped gaming, I had to. I have friends now. We talk about books and go and see the movie adaptation and talk about how it normally sucks. I flirt with guys and we go on dates. It's fun. I moved on. Except I didn't. I was still running away from the one thing I had always liked doing most. And I think on some level, I was blaming gaming on what had happened. But being in that store again, right before it closed permanently, and seeing that game in there, I just had to buy it. Went home, I was nervous. No, I was scared, anxious. But I put it in, and I played it, and it all came back. I realised how different I was playing games with you. I just sat there with a controller in my hands, not knowing what to do or who to turn to. I wasn't used to it. Nor without you by my side. I miss those days. playing games with you, having someone to play games with and talk about games. Weird thing is, my friends actually like gaming. I just couldn't talk to them about it. It didn't make sense. Not without you. Maybe that's why I prefer Joel. Because after you lose someone, you look at life differently. What was once taken for granted isn't anymore. But living with the fact that the last time we spoke was that fight. That horrible fight. That was so hard on you, and for that I am sorry. But also knowing that you said those things to me. You broke our promise, and you still said all those things to me. And I'm never gonna know. I know you didn't mean it, but still. I don't want it to be our last memory together. Excuse me. We're about to close now. Oh, how much was the cup of coffee? $1.50. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you expecting someone? I'm sure he didn't mean to.